1, 2, 3, clap. Stop it.
Jacob was so pissed at us pretending to do that in the churn.
Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. When we left last, our hero, Brogan Hastings, they just had a dream come true in Las Vegas.
And I can't remember what you were last doing because I'm too caught up in my own world at Wayne Juvenile.
I was earning redemption, remember?
You were earning redemption.
Yeah, and by now, if we've released an animatic about the redemption.
Oh, you want to put yourself on a time scale, okay?
Look, it's basically done.
It is done.
All I need to do is change the logo to colour, based on your suggestion. I'm not going to add any colour to it. I don't know. I've shown a few people already, and like Chris loves it. Other people.
I really like it.
Anyway, that's last episode. That's old stuff, man. That was so long ago. We've got more stuff to talk about though for our big recap episode, which is multiple episodes.
Yeah.
But we don't know how to get into this. I guess what was it? Last thing that happened was we were just talking about shows. So maybe we just continue with that?
I think so. We'll just go through the shows. Pretty much everything kind of revolves around the shows anyway.
Yeah.
You know, who we saw, what we did and stuff. But it might be worth starting off by saying that we upset a few people by going to certain shows, didn't we?
Yes, people got it. Have you got it up already? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
No, because we went to the Big Penn and Teller show as our first official outing for Hey Buddy Nice Podcast Las Vegas 2023. Of course, like everyone knows, Kings of Vegas, Penn and Teller. No one has a problem with that being the number one.
No one was surprised that a trip that included me meant that we were going to see Penn and Teller first. I mean, I think people would be shocked if we didn't.
But then number 2 was Piff, was the second outing.
The very next day, yep.
Yeah, and that's when I tweeted out about us on our at NicePodBud on Twitter and all that. Second official Hey Buddy Nice Podcast outing of the Vegas trip 2023. Yeah. And that caused a bit of a stir. People were like, "Oh, hang on, I understand that. Sure, Penn and Teller number 1." But Piff the Magic, what's going on with this? Why are you saying Piff next and not X? What the actual fuck? You've got the Twitter thread up, yeah?
No, that's right.
Oh, what?
I'm waiting for you to bam while I find it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Got it. Second official Hey Buddy Nice Podcast outing is at the Piff. And then RJ replied, just so you know...
This is RJ Owens from the Cirque Show Mystère.
Yeah, which is also featuring Jimmy Slonina and Johnny Miles.
Yes.
And RJ replied, just so you know, Jimmy Slonina, Johnny Miles and myself feel a little snubbed.
Yeah.
And then Harrison replied, what about Mad Apple?
There was other people. I think even Dr. Jim was complaining as well. And
Dr. Jim's always complaining.
I tell you, me and Dr. Jim, I'm trying to take the higher road nowadays. And I'm trying to be nice because I feel like it's gotten to a point where Dr. Jim and
you're bullying him.
Twitter relation. It goes both ways. I think our Twitter relationship. Him. I am not. See, he probably thinks I was being sarcastic when I said that I don't listen to podcasts at faster speed, and if I did, I'd miss out on the sweet, sweet dulcet tones of listening to King Lord Mr. Dr. Jimothy Michael Joe Bartholomew II. Esquire's in there as well.
He's probably just surprised that you admitted that it's like you listen to pod therapy.
Of course I do. I need something for my mental health.
Yeah.
Whoa! What the hell? What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, I need something with my mental health. Yeah, you do.
Oh no, that was tell me about it. That's same for me.
Okay, that's fine. It wasn't a
same, but
Wayne
same.
Does. Yeah, okay.
Oh no,
cool.
that was a mood.
Mood, yes. Okay. We're already talking about Dr. Jim. Maybe we just talk about No, okay. We were talking about that battle of shows. So yeah, okay. What was the next show we saw? Do you remember, or are we just going off the list that I've got there?
Let me look at the list. I genuinely can't remember the next show we've seen after. I think it was. I think it was a bucket show. Bleach and the Bucket Show.
Okay, yeah, technically, yes. Which we've talked about. We've talked about the Bucket Show already.
We haven't talked about Bleach.
We haven't talked about Bleach. Bleach was good.
Bleach was really good.
Bleach is a improv show in Vegas at I think it used to be called the Cockroach Theatre. I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah.
But what was weird about that is when I first started getting into Ice Cream Social and their podcast and everything, before listening to the podcast, I'd watch the Periscope streams of the Bucket Show where they used to perform. It was that building. So I have core memories of Paul on his phone, periscoping, walking through the parking lot, into the building, into the theatre. And then actually doing that was just a little bit not surreal, because if it was surreal, there would have been like giant whales floating in the air and like peacocks singing and dancing. So it wasn't surreal, but it was kind of like, wow, this is strange. And it was with Paul.
Yeah, that was very true. I mean, that whole day was really good, because that was also the day that so Mitzi owed me food. Mitzi owed me a dinner because I did some work for him, and I did an art thing for him for Justin Robert Young's birthday.
Yep.
And in my payment for that was he took us to dinner.
He took you to dinner. Mitzi took you to dinner.
Mitzi took me to dinner, and everybody else joined in.
Yeah, that's right. And Mitzi's a good guy. We like Mitzi. We stand Mitzi. Mitzi.
We love and support Mitzi in this house.
Mitzi, while you and Mitzi were downstairs waiting for us to arrive from our hotel room, Mitzi put some cash in a slot machine or something.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I got the picture of that where he's just posing. I put like $20 in a slot machine and won like $300.
Yeah. So we get downstairs and Mitzi's like, dinner's on me tonight. So originally it was your payment, but Mitzi took us to Wolf and Sparrow.
Nope.
Sparrow and Wolf.
Sparrow and Wolf.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of the Wimdy Ginger. It was at the forefront of my mind. So Sparrow and Wolf, which is it was nice food.
It's quite intimidating looking at the menu, because you're like, this is too posh. I don't know what half this stuff is. But see when the food comes out, oh my God.
Yeah. That
was one of the best fucking meals of my life.
And I'm glad that the server, whoever it was, said, we recommend doing it family style. That doesn't sound good. Where they bring out the dishes and everyone shares. You know, like if you go to a Chinese restaurant or something like that, where you got plates of all this food and everyone just takes off all the plates.
Yeah, that was good. I think the funniest thing, food-wise about that was that we all got to the end of the meal and we're like, oh, we're stuffed. And then Mitzi's looking at the menu. He's like, I think I'm going to order dessert. And we're like, no, I can't. And he's like, but this is really good. And we're like, I mean, you order it if you want. So he ordered it, got separate spoons, and put like a tiny section on a plate for each of us. And it was this banana split thing with miso vanilla ice cream, miso peanut butter ice cream. I think we all ate it and went, I could have eaten a whole one of those. Oh my God, that was so good.
It was pretty good. I thought you were going to say it was intimidating because when you look at the menu, it's basically most of it is non-vegetarian. Oh,
there is that. I mean, I wasn't too bad because Mitzi had mentioned, Mitzi and I had chatted about it before. And he's like, you know, because he's well aware that I can't eat meat, so he's always looking for vegetarian, vegan restaurants that we can go to. And this was one of the places he brought up. He's like, you know, I've been before. We had vegetarians there. It's really good, I promise. So I was like, well, I trust you, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So you know, you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know what I can eat, but we said to the waiter, he's like, we can make this vegetarian, we can make this vegan. There's no problem at all.
They could accommodate.
They were really good about it.
I mean, but just looking at the menu, even the drink I had was like pork fat poured whiskey or something like that. Even the alcohol had meat content.
And that's probably the good thing with me not drinking alcohol. That wasn't even a concern of mine. I mean, I don't think they put pork fat in the Pepsi, so we're good. Yeah.
It was nice. It was a nice drink though. Mitzi took us to some other places as well for food.
Well, before we talk about that...
we should talk about Bleach, yeah.
Well, no. Should we mention the other thing that happened at that restaurant?
Oh, yes. Pete, it's too much to link to if we're talking about Spadoni's mum and stuff, so maybe just the actual event, yeah.
Okay.
You know it better than me.
I wasn't going to link it to Spoon Film at all.
Okay, cool.
This isn't going to mention. This is going to make sense for a lot of folks who don't listen to Ice Cream Social.
Yeah.
But no, this is just a funny thing, happening on its own, where we were sitting there in this restaurant and it looks posh as fuck. Like there are people, in like suits and it's a posh place, and we're sitting there, and I'm sitting next to Paul, who's sitting at the edge of the table and stuff. People are eating, and then we just hear this, for lack of a better word, commotion happen at the front. So in which the front of the restaurant's quite near us, but it's like separated by a screen.
Yeah.
And all we hear is this guy yell, "Are you fucking my mom?"
Everyone went kind of quiet, yeah.
Literally everybody that like turned around and looked. Paul looked round to the woman at the table next to him and went, "Well?" And she said back to him, "We're waiting." We never did find out.
No, sadly. Oh well.
But that was. But from there, before we went to Bleach, we also went to karaoke. Mm-hmm. Which was... Gee,
what a fun time karaoke was.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun for everyone else. I don't know. It's not my thing.
You I say sung a song. You done a whole...
No, I didn't. I talked about Pokemon.
Yeah, you done a lecture on Pokemon.
Yeah.
Over me singing a Pokemon theme song.
That's right.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed it.
But no, then we went to saw Bleach, the improv show, and Paul was sitting in on the show along with a bunch of other people as well. It was great, and it was only
really good.
I think tickets are normally like $15 or something like that. So I reckon I'd go see it every time I'm there.
Yeah.
But one of the performers, regular performer, is Tommy Todd, right?
Yes.
Now, Tommy Todd actually, the first Bucket show I ever saw streaming on Periscope, Matt was not in it. So it was Paul and Tommy Todd. I was like, oh man, this guy's cool. I like this guy. He's funny. So I've been like following him on Twitter and stuff, and he's been on ICS. I've heard him and seen a bunch, and I'm like, I really like Tommy Todd. We're standing out the front of the theater waiting for the show to begin, and I'm like, oh man, Tommy Todd's over there. So I just want to go and say, hey, I think you're cool and funny from the things that I've seen you. And look, we hang out with Piff. We chat with Penn and Teller. We hang out in the monkey room. We know a bunch of people in Vegas. And easy, approachable. Tommy Todd, regular kind of guy. It's like, no, I can't do it.
Which is really funny because on the other end of the spectrum, this is when Chris was still there in Vegas. And Chris was right up there. Tommy Todd! I just went and grabbed him and started talking to him, and you were like,
I didn't see that. I don't remember that at all. Why? I would have just followed. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But go see Bleach. Bleach is cool, and it's cheap, and it's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So that I totally forgot about Bleach, honestly, even though it's on my list, because I'm just thinking of the big shows. I think the most anticipated show for me this year was Mad Apple.
I would say so as well, because we only just missed it. We saw all the advertising stuff last year.
Yeah.
We saw that, the big, because they had the big Apple thing, and we're like, what the fuck is that? But
kind of weary of it because it said Cirque du Soleil on it as well.
Yeah, we're like, it's like we love Mystere. You'll notice there's a big silence after that for a reason.
Yeah,
we love Mystere. We're very weary of Cirque shows.
Yeah. I mean, we love Mystere because our friends are in it. We don't love Mystere because of the giant fucking snail that's going to murder you in your sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
After Harrison being at Scoop Fest last year, after I was on an episode of Ice Cream Social with, I want to say his name is Scott, the guy who created the show, Mad Apple. That's when I was sold on it. It's like, I would like to go see this, but it just didn't pan out last year.
Yeah. Because I forget that you were still
I was there
there.
longer. Yeah.
Well,
I went back. I went back to Vegas last year. Yeah.
You went back while once Mad Apple had launched.
Yeah, it was the show was open, and I think it's probably better that we saw it a year in, because I feel like it's a show's probably going to be better after they've been doing it for a year.
Oh yeah, and I think by this point, because Harrison was only meant to be doing like 15 minutes,
2 nights.
Yeah, he was only meant to be doing 2 nights. And we're now at the point where it says, like, online, Mad Apple starring Harrison Greenbaum.
Yeah. Yep.
We're like, we know him. He's our bad.
And his face is plastered everywhere. He basically kind of runs the show, I guess, and sort of.
Pretty much.
As in, like, like MC, but he's not the MC because there is an MC of the show.
There is an official MC, which really confused me.
But you reached out to Harrison before he went just to make sure he was going to be there, because we're like, hey, we want to come see the show. Hopefully you're going to be there and maybe we can catch up afterwards. And Harrison is great. He came out and said hi before the show while we were sitting in our seats. Yeah. Which, our seats, when we got to our seats, they were amazing spot. Like, very close to the stage, like 2 rows back or something. Or were we right at the front? I don't remember.
We should probably say we bought them kind of last minute.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
we bought them last minute.
Like, we knew we were going to Mad Apple at some point. We hadn't quite decided when. But there was a night where we were like, did we buy them the day off? I feel like we bought them the day off.
A couple of hours before the show.
Yeah. So, and we got them for a good price. And I was like, these are the seats. And I was like, I mean, it feels, I don't know, from the seating plan, you couldn't exactly tell where they were.
That's right.
It's a weird setup because there's seats on the stage.
There's seats on the stage, but the seats on the stage are only like $20 because they're terrible seats.
Yeah.
But we're sitting there before the show starts, and I'm like, I don't think these are our seats, because the usher who took us to the seats didn't seem convincing to me that it was right either. So I got up and I was like, hey, we've just been seated. I don't know if these are our seats. Can you please check for us? And then another usher comes down. It's like, yeah, these are your seats. I'm like,
yes,
awesome. Great.
And what threw us off as well is because I was convinced we would have rolled back anyway.
Yeah.
And the seats behind us were less fancy. Like, ours were fancy seats.
Yeah. They looked fancy. They were comfy.
They had tables.
Yeah. For our drinks.
We're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the cool fancy seats.
Yeah. And then Harrison comes down and is like, hey, how you going? It's like just having a chat with us before the show, talking about the show. And afterwards as well, he came out and hung out for a little bit as well. Kez was wearing her jacket with all her pins on it. And Harrison's like, wait there 1 second, I'll be right back. And he just like runs off and he's gone for a couple of minutes and then he's running back. He's like, I got you this. And it's a Harrison head pin, a pin of his head. And he gave us a couple of stickers.
Amazing.
Yeah,
it's so good. I've still got my sticker.
Yeah, oh yeah, my sticker as well.
I don't want to put it anywhere because I'm like, that'll ruin it.
I don't put stickers anywhere.
No.
What's
I
the
just
point
collect
of
that.
Yeah. And if you're going to see Mad Apple, you might be tempted to sit front center of the stage. Not recommended. Where we sat was great. It was for the Wheel of Death is in the show.
Yeah.
And you want to be on the side for that. It's great.
So the way the stage is set up is it's essentially a huge catwalk.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to be on the sides.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what I really like about the show is that there's always 2 things going on at the same time, like 2 acts kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, like, except for the Wheel of Death. That was just Wheel of Death only. Yeah. But you had, like, what was it? You had basketball, like people doing, like, trampoline dunks, and then it gets... not interrupted, but mixed in with like another act happening. Then it's back to the basketball, then back to the other act. I like how they set that all up. And it's they right at the start of the show, but even before the show, there's a lot of the performers walking around as characters, almost like interacting with the audience. Yeah,
it's like Jimmy Slonina turned up to 11.
Yeah. But I thought that was good as well, that it was the actual performers as well, that it was not just other actors or something like that. It's like, that was the guy that gave me a high five who's now throwing that chick around in the air. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
And then we noticed at the gift shop that there was Harrison Greenbaum shirts and hoodies and stuff, isn't there?
I don't think we noticed. I think because Harrison walked us out and we were starting to get, and he went, I now have t-shirts with my face on them. And we were like, what?
Yeah.
because we hadn't seen them because we hadn't noticed the gift shop. We had only seen it at the box office where they had
I think it was like, we'll go in the gift shop afterwards kind of
we'll
thing.
go in the gift shop after, and then we ended up talking to Harrison so long closed the gift
They
shop.
closed. Yeah.
So we had to go back and get it. But
And he was saying that he is the only person in a circus show who is actually on merchandise, besides like RJ, I think. And RJ's only on a postcard.
yeah, I mean, there are don't get me wrong, there are people who are on other T-shirts in the Mad Apples. Those people are no longer in the show.
Or never were.
Or never were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just Harrison and RJ. And even then, like you say, it's not even a photo of RJ. Well, no. The only thing RJ is on that's his actual photo from the front is a postcard.
Yeah. Yeah. which I purchased a postcard. They were like
We
a
both
buck.
purchased.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back and get one for Jimmy and Johnny to sign because I thought that would be funny.
Yeah.
If I had a postcard of RJ that both Jimmy and Johnny had signed. But I ran out of time.
Yeah. But I think Mystere was the next show that we saw as well.
I think we saw Mystere before Mad Apple, but I genuinely can't remember the order. But it doesn't matter.
For the sake of segues, it works nicely.
Yes.
Because we break into Mystere. Now, of course, Jimmy, Johnny, and RJ, hosts of Two Characters and a Clown podcast, we love the boys, wanted to see them all in their big circus show, which we saw last year, but it's like, we want to support them and we want to see them again.
Yeah.
RJ, what are we talking about, the tickets?
So probably we should, which also leads into another story that we'll talk about as well. So when Paul was here, he'd done an improv class, and he asked us to come and we're like, we love and support Paul. Yeah, we'll go. I'm not good at improv. It was very interesting. I literally made Paul promise before we went. I was like, I will come. You are not allowed to shout at me. You're not allowed to be angry at me. You're because he has been known to do that.
Yeah, to yell at his class.
Yeah, I said, you have to promise me you won't shout at me, and he did promise, and he didn't shout. And he did make it very clear to the whole class, who had obviously all done a good few classes before.
Yeah.
That, you know, we were here on holiday, this was our first class, do not expect anything.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple good lines between us.
Oh yeah, no, it was good. It was fun.
And we enjoyed the class, and then but during this class, we'd already reached out to RJ, because RJ was like, just let us know when you come, we'll sort tickets, that's fine. But during this class, because we're sitting in the back as well, my phone starts buzzing.
As all the delinquents do.
This is before any of us had gone on stage.
Oh yeah.
And in my head I'm going, God, I really hope somebody phones me so I have to go outside and I don't have to go on stage. Sorry, Paul. I just hate performing.
And your wishes were answered.
And then my phone started buzzing. I'm like, what? And I could see it's RJ. And RJ doesn't phone me. RJ phones on WhatsApp video. Or not even WhatsApp video. It was like Instagram video.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's not even like I can open it up and say, I'll phone you back. It's like, So I like dart outside. Like I'm getting a phone call from a dying relative. Dive outside, pick up the phone, and RJ goes, hi, I've sorted your tickets, I'm not feeling well, I am high on drugs.
Legal drugs. I mean,
legal drugs.
Yeah, medication drugs.
He was very happy, but he was obviously very ill.
Yeah, I think his knee, it was to do with his knee or something. Yeah,
he'd buggered his knee, and I don't think he knew at that time, but that was just before he officially confirmed he had COVID. So I think he was also feeling that.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know, Jimmy and John will be there. I will be there tonight, you know. And we were chatting about stuff, and he's like, because it's the first time I've seen RJ since. Yeah. We didn't see RJ at all. No, unfortunately we did not get to visit with Uncle RJ, which meant we also didn't get to hang out for the Two Characters and Clown podcast, which was very disappointing because I wanted some sad. RJ home cooking. RJ makes food every time the boys record, and it always sounds fucking good.
It does.
It always sounds so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're just chatting. He's like, you're looking really good and stuff. He's like, I might have to enter mouth, finger, butthole just to ask for your hand in marriage. And then he looks at me for a bit and goes, I've had a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Just ignored everything. I was like,
And very, very kind of RJ and the guys to get us tickets for the show.
Yeah.
Very good tickets. Again, like last year. Awesome spot for family and friends.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's just such a good show.
I mean, I'm not usually into all anything to do with Cirque. Like, gee, people climbing and flipping and stuff. But I think this is definitely one of the better ones. It keeps me entertained. Until the giant snail comes out.
I 100% say 100% I am there for Jimmy, Johnny and RJ.
Yep,
At
exactly.
the same time, but while I'm there, I do appreciate the skill that goes into what these guys do, because holy shit. And even just like the guys coming down and playing the drums while they're like strapped in, because the drums come down from the ceiling and stuff.
Big taiko drums.
The music slaps.
Yeah,
the music is really good.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of tracks like with the electric guitar and stuff, and I'm like that's and it's on YouTube Music stream.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was listening to it the other day. I almost bought the CD, but it was for the fact that I can't play CDs.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. That CD that you got for me, I need to still rip that so it can be listened to.
Yeah, I got, because we were in the States, I could order things from eBay America and get it delivered to the Rio, so I got us CDs.
Fast and cheap.
CDs. Fast and cheap.
Music to watch boxes by. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I forget now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, music to look at boxes by. But yeah. Oh, but also, I mean, we've got to give a shout out to Two Characters and a Clown, obviously, because Jimmy, during the big Mystere show, there's a part where...
Should we explain what Jimmy does in the show? Because there are obviously people who've never seen.
Jimmy is the clown in the Two Characters and a Clown. So he starts off before the show starts. He is clowning around, right, messing with people. I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers or anything if you're going to go see the show, which you should. You should.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like causing trouble throughout the pre-show and during the show. And at this point, he comes up the ladder, I think, does he? To begin with, or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
So he's been messing around with people at the start of the show, and then he sort of goes away, and he comes back up. So there's like a pit thing, a lift.
Yes.
In the middle thing, and it lowers, and there's this ladder that just slaps up. Jimmy climbs up, and it's like, I'm back! And we're like, yes! And
this is right in front of us, right where we're sitting as well.
Yeah, really, really close to where we are. So he climbs up, and then there's a bit where there's somebody like, you can't be up here, you get back down here, I'm coming up to get you. And the ladder starts shaking, so Jimmy kicks the ladder over.
It's a smash.
Yeah. And Jimmy knew we were there, and knew where we were, and leaned over the pit and went, hey buddy, nice ladder.
Yep. And straight away, you and Chris and Kez clued on and laughing at it. I didn't even register until you're laughing. Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah. But there was that.
Oh, yeah. There was that and Johnny Miles.
Johnny Miles plays the pink guy, who is essentially the MC, MC equivalent.
Yeah.
Throughout the show. And there's a bit where, he speaks in the gibberish French,
and
whatever.
English
gibberish,
and gibberish.
French,
Yeah.
Yeah. But there, for one of the gibberish, he did say my name.
Yeah.
As one of the gibberish words.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my name.
Yeah.
And we do have a picture. There's a point where Johnny gets locked in a cage by Jimmy.
Yes.
And they push the cage around. Jimmy's riding on top of it. Johnny's in it, holding the bars and pointing out.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him pointing at us.
Yep.
Which is good.
And then after the show, they hung out for a little while, had a chat.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, it's close to midnight. They're tired, so they got to go home. It would have been nice
They've done 2 shows.
Yeah. It would have been nice to hang out more, and we did. We saw Jimmy again.
We did.
Yep, because he stopped by.
Yeah, because Jimmy had to come and sign the poster.
Yep.
And I don't think he really knew what he was coming for.
Oh, okay.
Or like I think he knew. He knew something. But I'd said to him already, I was like, I need to get this done. And I think he was thinking he could take it away. I was like, I need to get this.
Yeah, you sign and then you fuck
this is not just you guys.
Yeah.
But I got to give them their Scottish treats as well, because I promised RJ I would bring Iron Brew because
Urn Brewer, yeah.
Urn Brewer. So Jimmy got to come along and sign the poster. We got to give him their stuff. And you weren't with me for when I had to get it to Johnny.
No.
So I had to get it to Johnny, and I had to message Johnny, and he was like, "Can you bring it to the show, like between shows or before the first show or something?"
Oh yes, that's right.
So I carried this poster about everywhere because we'd gone to Mad Apple to get merch, and then Johnny texted and said, if you can bring it in the next 45 minutes. We're like, we're in New York. We'll be there soon.
Yep.
And it was literally by the skin of our teeth. And you guys had to drop me off. I had to run in, text Johnny and say, I am here. And he was like, okay, I'll get you by the doors. I came out in full regalia. It was like,
yeah. And
what, the show starts at, we'll say, I don't know, 7.
Yeah.
It was 6:55 that he came out and got me. Not bothered. He was totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knows he can just let Jimmy vamp.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, he got to take the posters. And by this point, he's already seen his individual posters and the stickers and stuff.
Yep.
And, which I believe is recorded.
Ah.
I think I asked Jimmy to record that.
Cool.
But because if you hear the episodes where they get the Scottish stuff, there's a bit where Jimmy says, "Oh, we have to do this, but we can't be played yet," and then it goes into the theme tune, and then it starts again.
Yeah.
That bit is where Jimmy gave the boys their stuff.
Yep, that makes sense.
And I hope it's recorded because I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to see Johnny and all his. I was like, look at you all dressed up, and it was like, yeah, I know, talking normally in his full
I was
outfit.
gonna say, it's not like you haven't seen him dressed up in costume before.
No,
but this
it's
is right in
strange.
front of you as well. Yeah.
Right in front of me and talking normally. It's very strange, but very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did really like that, and I was like, I want to.
Yeah.
He's like, you should. I was like, I know.
I think there was only one more show that we ended up seeing, and that was Absinthe.
Yes, which
Absinthe.
we saw when we got back from. We had great plans to see other shows as well.
Yeah. Time just runs away.
Yeah. But we got to see Absinthe. That was freaking awesome.
Thanks to our buddy Jacob, who family and friends discount. It's $50 tickets. That's amazing.
That's really
and it's
good.
These are from looking at the seating charts. These are pretty good seats. Now the thing with Absinthe is the show. So it's in the Spiegel tent, and out the front of the Spiegel tent, it's like a big bar area, nice area to sit and have some drinks, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to buy alcohol and drink for an hour before going into the show. Anyway, we're sitting there. I think we got hot chocolates and we're drinking our drinks.
We were really, really cold.
It was cold.
It was cold. It was weirdly cold.
Did we talk about it last episode? I don't remember that. How cold was it? How cold it was?
Yeah, it was normal Scottish for me, but there were a couple of days where I was like, this is cold.
Yeah, but
and
it was suddenly snowing.
We did mention it snowed one day.
Exactly.
But it was very strange, and I suddenly understood. I remember, I'm sure it was Matt saying on one of the ICS episodes way back, where it's like, who wants to come to Vegas in March?
Yeah.
And this was before we went. I went, me.
Lousy smudge weather.
And now I'm like, oh. Okay.
But we're sitting there out in the cold, freezing, and Jacob appears. He's like, hey guys. It's like, hey Jacob. And it's like, we're talking for a bit. It's like, so where are you sitting? Show us your tickets. And he takes our tickets, because we had a ticket issue. They disappeared off your phone. Had to get physical tickets from the box office. Thankfully, they were there. So we showed Jacob our tickets. He's like, hang on a second. And he fucks off. He goes into the tent. He comes back, hands us a little slip of paper. It's like, just give this to the usher when you go in. I was like, actually, you know what? No, come with me. And he leads us to this weird hedge next to the Spiegel tent, and behind the hedge, there's a couple of people there because nobody knows about it. It's just a hidden bar for anybody to go to.
Not guarded, not anything. No. You can literally just go in.
Yeah, anyone is allowed. Which, if we had known, it would have been sheltered from the cold a little more. Oh, well, there was even an indoor area we could... Oh, my God. Fucking Jacob should have told us about this. Anyway, he leads us in through the secret entrance, which is through a phone booth. And he gives our little ticket stub to the usher, and the usher's leading us down to the very front of the seating. And me and Kez are just like, oh shit. Oh,
we
fuck.
should clarify that you and Kez have been to Absinthe before.
Yes.
I have not.
Yeah, we've seen the show.
So you two, I am going fuck yeah, and you two are going no.
No, this is bad. This is bad. We don't want to sit in the front. Front is bad. But no, it's not good. Not good at all. Because if you've seen the show or know anything about it, the MC, the gazillionaire, he rips into people, and they're usually sitting right in the front. Yeah. And Kez is like, oh man, gazillionaire's gonna like tear Brogan in half. It's like
I said that to you. When you guys were telling me this, I was like, Jacob's put us here so that he can make fun of me, so he can, get Gaz in on the whole Brogan is English thing.
Yep. But thankfully,
that's not what happened.
Thankfully, the gazillionaire, he starts off on the other side of the tent, like ripping into people. And someone who we almost talked about last episode, who you bumped into while trying to find Sarah Lowe.
So we'll start off with his. That's one of the first things. There's a guy sitting, and it's like directly across from over the other side of the stage. It's a guy, and he's got a cowboy hat on, right? On it, I swear to God, I thought it was Ian Soto. I genuinely thought it was Ian.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, obviously. But this guy was like drunk or high or something. Not in a bad way, just very jolly and, totally into like
long
laughing really
black hair, cowboy hat. Yeah. I mean, that was a little eye twitchy for me at the time.
Yeah.
But I think Gazillionaire was referring to him as the coked up cowboy or the drugged out cowboy or something like that.
Something like that. And like you say, sidetrack, I did meet him. He was coming out the tent when I went to see Sarah Lowe, and the usher next to me said, he's been here the past 3 nights.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he was at the show I was at.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he
are
really
you
likes the
serious?
show.
Like, yeah. And he came up and he was talking to the usher, and I was like, yeah, because I was actually, we should I say this? I was like, I was at the show on Wednesday with these 2 people, and I said what Gaz referred to you and you and Kez as. I went, oh, I remember that. That's so cool. He remembered it all. His name is Frank. Shout out Frank. I know you'll never listen.
Frank listens. Frank's a listener. Yeah. I'm gonna have to stop with that.
Frank was actually really cool, and yeah.
So yeah, Frank, the coked up cowboy. It's like, of course, everyone's laughing at Frank getting made fun of. But then, of course, Gazillionaire comes around to our side of the tent. I blame Kez. It's Kez's fault.
Yeah.
100%. Look, she was wearing a top that was definitely Vegas appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a little low cut. That's all.
Kez decided to take off her jacket, and that was the wrong move.
Yes, that was definitely the wrong move. Because Gazillionaire just referred to Kez as tits.
Yeah.
Basically. And of course, I'm there wearing my glasses so I can see, because, so far away from the act, 2 meters in front of me. And of course, because I'm wearing the glasses, he's referring to me as the nerdy boyfriend, which I guess at first sounds like a compliment because, young enough to just be boyfriend and girlfriend. Mm-hmm. But then at some point during the him making fun of people, is called back to the cowboy and then referred back to me, but said that I'm the middle-aged nerdy tech guy. And that hurt a little.
And it was talking about how you could possibly get tits and...
that
what
I must
you did.
have an app or something that made a fuck ton of money.
You must have millions. And then he decided that... you were a pog millionaire.
Oh, that I made my money from selling pogs or something.
From selling pogs.
Yeah.
So when I saw Frank, I was like, I was with Tits and Pog Millionaire.
Yeah.
And he went, oh yeah.
Oh, shit. And look, it was a blessing and a curse, Jacob, because Jacob told Gaz that we were his guests and his friends.
Yes.
Which meant that Gaz was obviously going to dig into us, but would not get us up on stage for anything. Thank the fuck.
Yes.
Because the audience participation in that, no. No.
There's a lap dance section.
Yeah. And it's the guy giving a lap dance, which, look, we wouldn't have been the right people for it. The people they did choose were perfect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There was a gay couple and the straight couple who went up. Holy shit, that guy fucking went for it.
Yep.
Good for him. And to the point that Gaz was like, You both win. Fuck it. You both win.
Yeah. The segment is called "What Will You Do for Free Alcohol?" So they all got drinks. Oh, the alcohol though, it's like they do. Like we love our collectibles. Like I'm drinking out of a Penn and Teller glass cup right now from the Penn and Teller show. Absinthe do one.
Well, before you go there, we never mentioned it. Mad Apple do them.
Yeah, Mad Apple do
you get your
little
cocktails in a
hip flask.
Collectible hip flasks.
Glass hip flask, and it's got Mad Apple logo and stuff on it. There's 3 different variations and stuff of them. 5 different variations. I thought you were just waving at me, but you're saying 5.
No, there's 5 variations. I have 3.
Yep.
And I bought one. I gave you the alcohol because I just wanted the flask.
Yep.
And then we went round after the show and picked up ones we didn't
People
have.
don't take them home. They just leave them there.
Take them. So why the fuck?
Yeah. But absinthe, they don't like. I thought it was a bit expensive at Mad Apple for like $20 or $25 or something.
Yeah, and the absinthe ones were like $65.
$60. Yeah, huge. But they're big flasks.
They're big.
Yeah, but it's like a flask, giant size.
Yeah, we'll post pictures.
Yeah, and we're talking to Jacob after the show, and we're the only ones in the tent except like people cleaning and that. And then Jacob points to some of these flasks that have just been left behind. There's 3 of them sitting on a chair, like a bit in front of us. It's like, oh, hey, you should grab yourself a flask, take it home. People have left them, you may as well take them. And we're like, oh, cleaning person, can you chuck us a flask? And they're like reluctantly like, yeah, okay, here you go. And I think gave it to you first. And it's like, oh, Kez needs one, get with Kez. And cleaner's like, yeah, okay, here you go. I'm like, I'm standing here too. There's 3 of us. There's 3 flasks. Yep, gives it to me. And I think they admitted, yeah, I was saving them for myself. And Jacob's like, oh, really? Sorry, I didn't realize. But we got flasks out of it.
You work here.
Yeah. But then...
like, you can do this anytime.
But then Jacob's like, I totally realized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jacob took care of us at Absinthe. Good and bad, but I think ultimately for the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob does take us.
But that was all the shows we saw. I mean, what else counts as a show? I don't think there was anything else. I guess
unless we went to a couple of podcast recordings.
Yeah,
quite a few ICS ones. We went to a pod therapy one as well.
Well, yeah, we went to one. I tried to go to 2.
Yeah.
I reckon it was just Jim fucking with me. That's what it was.
When did this conversation come up? Was this must have been literally just after. We must have had this conversation in Austin.
We had the conversation in Austin. Jacob was like, yeah, come by to pod therapy on Monday as well. Yeah. Was it Monday? No. I don't know what day of the week it was.
Yeah, it must have. Well, maybe it was Sunday.
Yeah, it was the next day.
Because it was an odd day.
Yeah, it wasn't the day that we got back because that was Penn and Teller. And so it was like the next day, something like that, whatever it was. And you were at the Penn and Teller show that night. Kez didn't particularly feel like going out to the churn. I was like, I'll go by myself. That's fine. But Jacob didn't. He neglected to tell me the start time. And from the episode that we did sit in on 9:30. All right. Yeah. 9:30. So I figure I'll hedge my bets. I'll get there for 9:10, which I did. I see everyone's cars are already out the front. Lights are on. Doors are locked. So I'm like, okay, maybe they haven't started yet. So I'm banging on the door. Nothing. I've messaged Jacob throughout the day. I've messaged pod therapy and Jim saying, hey, what time is this? Because Jacob said, come on by. I even said, look, Jacob said, come on by, but I just want to check with you, make sure you're happy with me being there. No responses at all. Until like later that night after I'd driven away in defeat, Jacob saying, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Because they'd been out during the day for their March Madness bet that Dr. Nick had to buy them sushi for. They'd just done that and gone straight to the churn to record. I don't know. No one checks their fucking notifications. Like, Christ.
No.
So I think it was...
So I text you when I get out of Penn and Teller. You're like, I'm in the lobby, and I'm like,
the Penn and Teller lobby. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we're like, we've been out of bed. Let's see who else is out. So did we hear from Mitzi or did we text Mitzi?
I think Mitzi asked you what you were doing after the show. And
yes.
Because we always plan to go to Whiskey, because that's where pod therapy usually go after their show. They weren't going out that night, that's fine. But we still hang out with Mitzi. So we went to Whiskey. Yeah, also when we did see Jacob at Absinthe, he did apologise to me in person after he'd already apologized over Twitter. And then when we saw Nick, Dr.
When Nick came by to sign the post. I feel really bad about that. Can I talk about that? I can't remember if I told you or not. So Nick I'd messaged to say, I need to get you to sign the poster, and he was like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. When's good? I'm away from this date to this date, and it was like,
oh yeah, because he was traveling
until after we were back. Yeah, so I was like, right, okay, I'll meet you on this date at 12:30. At the Penn Teller lobby. I completely forgot.
Oh no!
And I don't know why, but I was waiting. Maybe I was waiting on you guys. And I think,
you were.
And I was.
Because we were about to go somewhere, I think.
Yeah. So I was downstairs and I put money in a slot machine, the same slot machine that Mitzi won on, which I just really liked. And I was suddenly aware somebody walked past me, stopped and looked at me. I looked up, it's Nick. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, what are you doing here? It's like, I'm meeting you. And I look up,
shit.
But it's like 12:30. I was like, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I went and took Nick upstairs to sign the poster.
Yep. And then, it's good. I enjoy hanging out with Nick and Jim. I do.
Yes.
They're good fun, good company. And Dr. Nick, he personally apologized to me in person as well as over Twitter.
So yeah. So for Jim signing the poster, you guys had already left. Yeah, because it was that afternoon that Jim got back, and I said to Jim, "You will win a personal apology," and he went, "What?" And I was like, and I explained to him, that's funny.
Come on. It wasn't until after he spoke to you that he reached out. Oh, I thought he was doing it off his own back, saying, sorry, over Twitter. So that means a lot less now, Jim. Like, I'm calling you out now. Not only am I owed a sincere Twitter apology, I'm owed an apology in person. I'll take it over Zoom call. That's fine. I don't mind. But I deserve it.
Yeah, no, I told him, he was like, that's really funny.
Fucking
he didn't say he would apologise or anything.
Of course he won't. See, I told you I think this is real beef now. It's getting into real beef. I'm done trying to be nice to you, Jim, on Twitter.
I still love you, Jim.
Oh, I didn't say I don't love Jim. But that was like hanging out with them at Whiskey, and that after the first recording was good night. Started to get a little bit too real at one point. And then the other time we went there as well, Matt was there, Paul was there, Jacob and SJ. But no, it's great hanging out with you. You got to ride Jacob's scooter.
I did!
Yeah.
Jacob has an electric scooter, and I think he jokingly said, who wants a ride? And I was like, me. I was like, okay.
No. When you knew the scooter was there, you said to me, I'm riding that scooter. There was no joking about it. You wanted to ride it.
Oh, no, I don't mean I was joking. I mean, like, Jacob kind of jokingly said, who wants to ride it? I don't think he expected any of us to go, yes.
I don't think he was joking.
I was like, me. I think, yeah, that's true. I mean, he didn't flinch. He didn't, bat an eyelid when I said yeah, and he was like, okay. So when we were leaving, he took us outside. He set the speed and stuff, because it can go up to 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But he set the speed to no more than 10 miles an hour. And oh my god, I think I drove back because Paul was still there at this point. So there's like you and Kez and Wayne and you're Wayne, and
yes, I am.
Paul and Jacob standing on the side, and there's just me like driving past, going, I feel so alive. And I felt like I was, I felt like they were watching me like their little kid sibling learn to ride a bike. It was so much fun.
When we were there, just us and Mitzi, that's when we learnt about a cool thing that Vegas does in their pubs and bars called reverse happy hour. Is that what it was? Reverse happy hour? I was telling Shannon, I was out with Shannon last night, and we went for a few drinks, and I was like, oh, it was awesome, because right now we'd be in reverse happy hour time in Vegas. And he's like, reverse happy hour? What's that? Is that like when you have to pay double for everything? That's what it sounds like. It's like, for this hour in particular, all our prices are double. But no, it's just another happy hour because it's an entertainment city. It's when everyone, all the entertainers knock off work and go out, and it's an incentive for them to go out and drink. And it was perfect for us because all our friends are in entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they had a really good beer there. I see how I pronounced the R in beer a bit still.
Yeah. You went a bit Shannon there.
Beer, yeah. It was called Cali Creaming. Cali Creaming. And it was a hard order just because it sounds gross. But it's like a creaming soda taste. It was really good. For people who don't drink beer, they would probably still hate this, but I would recommend giving it a shot, maybe. It was nice. That's all. And the food was great.
Food was really good.
Yeah. We
just bites and stuff, but it was like pizza flatbread and stuff. Oh.
I had one of Dr. Jim's chicken pot stickers. They were good.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to eat them all
Jim
before he
decided
returned.
to wait until like 10 minutes before the kitchen closed to place his order.
To his credit, he didn't know that they were closing. They don't usually close the kitchen, but they had to clean it or something. It's like, we only clean on holidays, and it's a holiday, so we have to clean.
I think as well, because if I remember right, he was told it was going to close and then took like another 20 minutes to order.
Yeah, that's correct. And all he ordered was the fucking pot stickers.
Exactly.
For those playing at home, pot stickers are dumplings, basically.
Yeah.
So we don't call them pot stickers here. I don't know.
We don't either.
Yeah, they're just dumplings. But the cheese curds, they were really good. That flatbread was good. Everything there was good.
Yep.
So we went to the Sparrow and Wolf. We went to Whiskey a few times. We had some decent pizza as well. We had some Chicago deep dish style with Jobeth and Sydney.
Yes, at Giordano's.
Yes, where they took our photo.
Oh my god!
They had a roaming
that
photographer.
somewhere.
They had a roaming photographer trying to get people to purchase the photos at a pizza place in Vegas.
It was awkward as hell.
It's like, what the fuck? Of all places. I mean, the pizza was good. I really enjoyed the pizza.
Yeah. They made us pose as well.
Yeah, that was awkward.
That was the worst thing.
It's like,
we're trying to say, we're like, we don't want this. We don't want to, like, don't waste your time.
Yeah, but
don't waste our time.
Yeah, no. Don't waste our time. Don't waste yours. Bring us our fucking pizza.
That was a good fucking pizza, though.
Yeah. I want some now, actually, but, I'm not in Vegas near Giordano's, so I can't.
We need to move to Vegas!
And, we had one of Mr. Paul Mattingly's favourites, Panda Express. Kung Fu Panda Express.
Kung Fu Panda. I'd never had Panda Express before, but that was on our Paul day where we spent the entire day at comic shops and geek shops, much to my delight and yours and Chris's disdain.
After the first one, after 10 minutes, I'd found what I wanted already. I didn't go in there expecting to buy anything. I was like, hey, this looks like a good series. And you said, I recommend it. So I bought it. And it was all of them for like $17. I sold. And then I think hour and a half later, we leave that comic book store. It's just me and Chris strolling around. It's like, we've seen all this, and we go to the next one. It's like, another comic book store that is more or less exactly the same as the last comic book store.
Yep.
But no, you and Paul, you're like flipping through everything.
Yeah. So the thing that America has that I really miss when I'm back home is they have dollar bins. Which I say much to the amusement of my baby cousins. They're like bins. I was like, it's America. They're dollar bins. It's just big, huge boxes.
I think you'll find in America they're dollar trash cans.
Exactly. But like huge, like just rows and rows and boxes of comics for $1.
Yeah.
And it's usually stuff that has been sitting for a while and isn't selling. It's a good place to find back issues. Yeah. So, or just weird stuff, which I like. I love a weird random issue.
Brogan is totally into the weird stuff.
I found quite a few things I was looking for there.
Yeah, like that you had in mind that you wanted, I think, as well.
Exactly, which was really awesome. But you'd be surprised what you can find in dollar bins. Like I was back in Glasgow yesterday. Because I came back home and work had got me vouchers for my birthday, which was really, really sweet. So I was going and spending those. And we do have like boxes of stuff that's like issues for £1, issues for £1, but we don't have as many. But yeah, I picked one up and put it in my app when I got home. That issue that I paid 50p for, it's worth 17 quid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You can make a good profit.
You can, exactly. I do have issues that are worth quite a bit.
I too have issues.
I have comic
Okay.
Issues of comic books.
Yep.
That are worth quite a bit. Yeah, you were the fucking who.
My question relates to the Penn and Teller chocolate bar that you have behind you. Have you eaten the chocolate?
Have I eaten that chocolate?
Have you?
No.
Well, that specific one or any of them?
I have eaten some of them, yeah.
How are they? Are they good or bad?
It's really good, actually.
Really?
For American chocolate, I am very impressed.
Oh yeah, American chocolate doesn't do it for me at all.
American chocolate's from American candy. Oh my god, I miss American candy.
I last week I ran out of my taffy from Area 15. I ate the last of it.
I took it to work, and did I tell you about this? That I took it to. I bought a bag for the Glasgow office, and they're literally referred to as the crack to it.
Yeah.
Because they gave, I think one of the guys' freezer had like two, maybe three of them. He was bouncing around the office, like bouncing, like high as shit.
I've never had sugar before in my life. It's like, what the
honest
fuck?
to God, that's almost like what it was like. And Vicky looked at me and went, "He's not getting any more."
Yeah.
And I was kind of laughing, and she went, "No, I am putting them in my drawer. I'm locking it. He is getting no more. I can't deal with him like this."
No.
So.
We were talking about Panda Express.
Paul and I going to
comics.
many
Panda
comics.
Express Day, yeah. And then, then after that place, we went to the next comic book store. I think me and Chris are like, this is exactly the fucking same as the last two comic book stores. I don't know what's going on, but buckle in. We're going to be here for another 2 hours.
And at the very least, I bought something at every store. And I think Paul did as well.
Oh, yeah. To your credit, you spent money. You spent some dosh. You left with less jingle in your pocket than you arrived with.
Which was the plan.
Dare I ask, do you want to even divulge how much you think you spent on comics?
I don't know. I was going to say not as much as last year. I didn't spend that much on comics last year because most of my comics were given to me. I don't think I spent as much as it looked. Okay. Because I would say about 80% of what I bought was, dollar issue, 50-cent issue. Yeah.
And then I think we went to a Goodwill store, we went to a Target, took advantage of a staff discount.
Best Buy.
Oh, I went to Best Buy as well. Yeah, you bought some DVDs and shit, didn't you?
Yeah, so apart from collecting, one of the things I do collect is steelbooks. Because I enjoy knowing that I'm able to watch a film at any time. And steelbooks do not lose their value. Steelbooks only go up in value. You look like you're not sure.
No, it's I never get the point of a steelbook. Like at the moment, I'm thinking. Someone asked me yesterday, who Kez works with, said, "Oh, you're going to get the new Zelda game next week?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." It's like, "Oh, we're getting the collector's editions in." It's like, "Oh, wow, put one aside for me." They're like, "It's $190." I'm like, "Oh, don't worry." And all it comes with, it comes with some pins, which is the only thing that I might want from it, an art book, and a steelbook. It's like,
I wouldn't be paying $200. Like if the difference between the DVD and the steelbook was like, $30 or like $60 or $190. That's not no. No, like the ones I bought at Best Buy were like $30. They're not price. Extortionate. Yeah. Like even I got an email the other day for John Wick 4, which we saw.
Which you saw,
in the cinema with Paul, which was awesome. But the steelbook for that was pretty much the exact same price as the Ultra HD 4K DVD, which the steelbook is as well. Yeah. So like, buy the steelbook.
Yep. I think I might get the steelbook for the Super Mario Brother movie, the collector's edition one, and that's it. I say that's it. See that until something else one day, 10 years from now, comes out that I like the look of.
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah. That's the weird one where you have to pick up enemies and throw them at other enemies and pick turnips out of the ground and yep.
Yeah. That was but I do like steelbooks do get expensive. Like there's one in my collection that it took me ages to get because I seen it everywhere for like $300. Yeah. And then one day I seen it down to $75. Yeah. And I was like, I'm having that. So that was a good like 5 or 6 years ago. So God knows what price it is now. Oh, because that was maybe a year after it went out of print, and now it's like 6 years.
So, but according to you, they don't lose their value. So
yep.
I still haven't seen proof of this, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if you're gonna sell your steelbooks one day and cash in on it.
I don't collect things because they make money. I collect them because they make me happy.
That's it. Where else did we go? Oh, Dutch Brothers, my favorite for the coffee. Yeah.
Oh, I was looking through my photos the other day and I seen a picture of our Dutch Brothers.
Yeah.
It was actually a picture of our last Dutch Brothers visit.
Yes.
Where, which I know because if you remember, there was a sign on the window.
I'm looking for the sign now. That's exactly what I wanted to bring up. I wanted to get it exactly right. But do you remember what the sign said?
It was essentially window closed bees.
Yes, there were fucking bees trying to kill us. And that wasn't the only Dutch Brothers with bees. It's like there was 3 different Dutch Brothers with bees.
There were I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And we're getting them now as well. I've had a wasp and a bee in the last 2 days.
Bees are
so
friends.
I can't open my window.
Aww.
I know, so I never want to hurt them.
Important question. You can't open your window because the bees will get in. Don't you have like fly screens on windows in Scotland?
No.
Why? That way you can open your window and bees can't get in. It's logical. It makes sense.
It's just not a thing here.
No, this is. I'm gonna write a letter to Scotland and say I've got a brand new product for you.
I'll be honest. I'm not. It's not usually a problem, but the last time this happened. It meant there was a nest outside my window.
Yeah.
And it was also, unfortunately, the time that I got glandular fever.
Aww.
So I was absolutely sweating and couldn't open my window. Yep. It was great fun.
But yeah, Dutch Brothers is my go-to choice. But I'm happy to go to Starbucks as well. But Starbucks, they're famous for not getting your name right on a cup. Not you personally, Brogan. Just people in general. And this particular mess up was, I think, we were going to name this an episode, but I don't think we are because it's only a throwaway thing. But the names on the cups that were given to us were Wang and Brogan. Yeah.
I posted it on Instagram. We ordered separately.
Yeah.
I think it was still the same woman. This was at the Rio. And, one of us has a unusual spelling of a name. One of us is a very common name. And only one of us had their name spelled right on a cup, and it was me.
Yep.
And you were Wang.
Wang. See, I don't know if it's funny because it sounds like it's an Asian name or it sounds like something else. Well, it doesn't sound like something else. It's a direct...
it is something else.
Yeah, exactly. In Austin, we went to Torchy's Taco
Oh my
place.
God, that was so good.
That was pretty good.
I was nervous because I'm a very picky eater. I almost never get things as they come on the. I have to make edits, substitutions, all that kind. But they had was it Beyond Meat?
Yeah, probably Beyond Meat or Impossible, one or the other.
Yeah, but they had Beyond Meat taco, and I was like, I would probably eat everything on that taco, so I'll get it.
Yeah,
and it was good. The only thing I would change, and it's not a change, it's something I would add. So you could get street corn as well. And I just poured some of that in, and it was perfect.
Yeah. I would go back to Torchy's. Which I accidentally called Flamies. I mean, it's still Flamies is a good name for a place. I like that.
But it was really good as well because we went the night before with CAC, and then when I was with Paul in the car, Schwood phoned Paul and said, "I'm going to Torchy's. What do you want?"
And I got more Torchy's thanks to that as well.
Yeah. And Paul said, "You don't like meat. What do you want?" And I'm like, this one, make sure you change the sauce because the sauce that's default on the menu is the Diablo, which is like 5 peppers. And I'm like, get me the weak sauce.
The 0 pepper. That's weak sauce, bud.
Yeah. I always say I can eat spicy things. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't gag, but I'd be like, I'm not enjoying this.
Exactly, yeah. I don't understand why people do.
Yeah.
At least to that extreme. No. When we were Mitzi took us to the Neon Museum.
He did, and before that he took us to, because we're still on food,
Crumble Cookie.
He took us before that
to the
Modern Vegan.
TMV, yes. The Modern Vegan. That was alright. What did I have? I forget. I probably wouldn't go again.
I remember Mitzi had biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And it was fucking huge. I think I had some kind of pasta.
Yeah, you had a pasta. I think I had popcorn chicken or something. Like, it was all right. I'd probably order something different. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go back because it was fine. But I think I'd have something different for sure.
Yeah, but we were laughing because the waffles on the menu, the plain waffle. The waffles all had names, and the plain waffle with nothing on it was called Jim.
Yeah, just Jim. Not just a doctor. Just Jim. Not a king or a lord or a mister or a doctor.
Sans titles.
Yeah, no Esquire. It wasn't the second. But crumble cookies. What did you think of crumble cookies in the end? Because you really wanted to go there.
Oh my god. I regret not going back.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred to have just a plain, like, choc chip cookie instead of the one that I got, like the lemon one.
What did you...
Because mine was more like a sugar cookie.
So I got a bowl with one of each flavour in it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, if I don't like a particular flavour, at least I've got that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were such big cookies, very thick, very just
thick.
Oh my god! I like my mouth is like watering just thinking about them. But the funny thing is when because this was the day before. I still had them anyway. I still had them when on the last day when we were going to see P&T with Mox.
Yeah.
And because Mox was up in the room, was like, "Oh my god, you have crumble cookies!" And I was like, "Yeah, take one." And he went, "Are you serious? Thank you so much."
I still wanted to go to Pink Box Donuts though as well. Have to do that next time.
I know. But since we're still on food before we go to any of the other places, we went out for dinner with Ready Rich.
Yeah, I was gonna save that for a bit later, but we can talk about that. We went to because you reached out to Ready about getting the poster signed because that was a Weasley way to catch up with everyone.
Well, I think because this was done so far in advance, my thought was at the very, very least, if I can't get it to Penn and Teller, I can get the poster to Ready Rich.
Yeah.
Who can get it to Penn at Penn Sundays, who can get it to Teller, you know?
Yeah.
And then Ready can pass it to RJ during Abracababble.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. So I don't know what the big plan was, but that was certainly my original plan. But we did end up... I can't remember who reached out first, but...
but Ready said to you, cool, let's go get dinner or something like that. Let's go to Peppermill.
Yes, so... I have stuff to send you from Ready Rich, by the way.
Okay. Why have I got stuff from Ready Rich?
No, so he sent me footnotes on our conversation.
Oh, okay.
I haven't collated them, and I need to send them to you. I promised him I would.
I'm like, why is Ready Rich sending me stuff? See, we've met Ready one time before, and that was fleeting at Scoopfest last year. Not enough for remembering or anything like that who we are.
No.
So this was the first time we'd gotten to hang out and chat with Ready.
Yeah, and I think Ready for some reason seemed more like it was like Ready felt he had spent more time with me than he had with you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he just remembered me more.
I think there's already a bit of a rapport there.
Yeah, he certainly knows my name because obviously,
of course, yeah.
Penn Sunday School, doing all that kind of thing. But yeah, he'd messaged me saying, you know, when are you free? What time? What's your current bedtime?
Yeah,
it was like 2:30 a.m. Because
this is on the last night for me and Kez. In the morning, or you know, the next day, we're driving to LA.
Yeah. And he says, "What's your current itinerary for Friday night?" And I was like, "Currently, the only thing I've planned is the E&T show. Otherwise, clear." I said, "Peppermill after. Say no if you've got that covered at another time." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. That was on the list. I haven't been yet." So you said, how many are there? And I was like, there's at least 3, maybe 4, we're not quite sure. So, you know, he sorted it out for Peppermill. We ended up going. My original thought was if Mox was at the show and wanted to come with us, great.
And we'd seen Jacob earlier that day as well at the ICS recording, and we told him that we were going to be there, and he showed up as well.
We'd said to Matt as well, but Matt was like, I don't know. He was welcome.
Yeah.
But we very much doubted he would show up.
Yeah.
He would have the time or the energy. So Jacob came, which was great. And then we got kicked out of Peppermill because it got to 2:00, and Reggie was like, I want to keep talking.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's not secret knowledge. Reddy is writing a book.
Yes.
Where he's gone across the country and he's talking to people, just random people, like knocking on doors to talk to people.
Quite literally. That's not an exaggeration.
With the idea that he wants to talk to people who have opposing views to him, more or less. And he asked us what we were doing now, and it was starting to get late. It was like 1 a.m. And it's like, I'm still very aware that I'm driving to LA tomorrow. But still, also, we're having a great time chatting with Reddy, our new friend Reddy Rich. I want to keep talking with Reddy. And he said, he talked about writing the book, which we already knew about. And he asked if he could talk to us for content for the book. And of course, we're a little bit like, I don't think our views are really going to be different to yours. So we might not be great content for you.
Mm-hmm. I did say that but I think Kez was the best person for that conversation, because Kez was talking things out and working them out as she said them. So I think Reddy found that quite fascinating.
Because her upbringing in that is just apolitical, like nothing to do with politics at all. So it was good for Reddy, which I think that made me happy. Just because I didn't want it to be a waste of talk for him, and we got to learn about Reddy and some of his history, and good.
We both contributed, and I did say afterwards, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at these kind of conversations when I'm talking to more than one person. Yeah. Because there was a thing that we started talking about that I kind of was like, okay, no more thanks.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not that I don't want to talk about this, it's like I don't like talking about this in a public place and, to more than one people.
Of course.
And it's not that I would talk to you all individually about it. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. It's location and timing, etc.
Yeah. Because so after Pepper Millie took us to some
but he it was somewhere for dessert, and he wanted bubble tea.
Yeah.
Now, when we were leaving Peppermill, Reddy paid for the whole lot. And I don't know if it's because Reddy is on the spectrum, and I don't know if it, because after he'd paid, as we're about to leave, I say to him, is it all right if I give you some money for dinner? He just looks at me and goes, no. It's like, I don't.
And then walks away.
Yeah, and then just walks away.
We stand a legend in Reddy Rich.
Yeah. And then, then we went to this place for we had bubble tea, which it wasn't the greatest place for bubble tea, but it was open. I guess that's what counts.
And I've never had bubble tea before, so it was quite good, actually.
Yeah, it was okay. It was all right. I had a taro one. They were calling them shakes, milkshakes almost, because they were...
Yeah.
See, when I have bubble tea, I don't like milk tea, bubble tea. I like it like a black tea with... maybe different flavors and, well, obviously different flavors and different kinds of boba. So over here, all the boba tea places do different types of boba and jellies and stuff. So it didn't meet my standard.
I don't know what I had. I know it was the same as Reddy Rich.
Yeah.
Because Reddy looked at me and said, have you ever had bubble tea? He's like, no. And then I kind of explained it. And when he ordered, I was like, I'll have what he was having because... like, my thinking was, if it's good enough for Reddy Rich, it's good enough for me.
Exactly.
Which is the same mentality, which is the same reason I went to see Dead and Brown.
Oh, yes,
Because Reddy talked about it and said it was a really good show, and I was like, if it's good enough for Reddy, it's good enough for me.
Yeah. And then Google lied to us, saying that this place was open late or 24 hours, and then they're just starting to stack chairs around us, sort of giving hints, and we're like, oh, we should probably leave. And of course, Reddy pays again, and I knew that I wasn't going to say the same thing. I was like, well... seeming what happened at Peppermill, I'm guessing you don't want any money for this then? And it's like, correct, or something along those lines. And then we talked for even longer outside the place, and it's good. I enjoy talking to Reddy.
Same here. Yeah. I really do.
Yep. We had some pizza, other pizza besides Giordano's.
We had a couple.
Yeah, you had a pin-up. That was your go-to last year, wasn't it?
Which is funny, because and I was kind of like, it was okay. I wasn't as impressed with it.
I had a garlic knot, and that was it.
I think it's because it did keep me alive last year. The choice was that or Sbarro's.
Oh, I hate Sbarro's. I hate Sbarro's.
I love Sbarro's garlic breadsticks.
Yeah. Oh, that's where we went. Shit, we went to fucking Olive Garden.
Yeah, we did.
That was your first it was your second Olive Garden experience. So for us, we went last year as well.
Yeah, and we went to Cheesecake Factory.
We went to That was your first Cheesecake Factory. Did you go twice to Cheesecake Factory?
We went twice, yeah.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. I wasn't sure if you were there the second time. Because one time we went with Paul, and then it was just you, me, and Kez the second time. Oh.
Where were we going? We were going somewhere.
Yeah, I think we met up. Was that when we met up with Mitzi afterward? No, I can't remember. But it was at the Cheesecake Factory at Caesar Forum Shops.
Absinthe.
Oh, and
that
then we
was
went to
just before
Absinthe. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because it was at Caesar Forum.
Because I drove home to put all the food in the fridge because we had so much left over. Because Cheesecake Factory are known for their portion size, and those sweet corn tamale cakes, they are. Paul is right. That'll be my go-to every time now.
Same here, and oh my god, because the first time we went, I had pasta because I love a good pasta and white sauce. But I was like, that this portion is huge. This is far too big.
Yeah, my first meal was the chicken tenders, and they brought out like 3 chickens worth on my fucking plate.
Yeah, it was fucking huge. And then we seen Paul's in comparison, and we're like, that looks like a regular person-sized portion.
But then I was done after one.
Yeah. So was I. Like 1.5, I think I ate total. I was like, I can't even take this back because it'll ruin it.
I took mine back and I put them in the fridge. You should have let me take yours back, and oh well, your loss, man.
No, I think if I'd eaten it later on, it might have. Yep. That was the thinking behind that.
But when we were sitting there, Kez is like, I know that guy who was sitting in a booth like just across from us. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, because Kez says this all the time, and she's always right as well. Yeah, and she's like, I definitely know him. He's a magician or something, and he's British. And I'm like, Dynamo? It's like, no, not Dynamo. And I show a photo of Dynamo. It's like, oh yeah, Dynamo. And it was just Dynamo hanging out at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, and because we were looking for like, because Dynamo's kind of not really done anything for years. So we're kind of, it could be. He also does look like a generic British guy. Yeah. But it turned out that, when I was at P&T with Mox, that it was Dynamo because Dynamo was in the audience. Yeah. And P&T went to speak to her. And I was like, oh shit, that is the guy that Kev's seen.
Yeah. But there was another pizza place we went to, which we were looking forward to, on downtown. Evil Pie.
Yes, Evil Pie. We went twice?
Yeah.
Yes.
You weren't a fan the first time, though.
Well, not really true. I really enjoyed the slice. My only issue with it was, so I got I can't even remember what it's called, but it was a slice with fake on it. Yeah. So it was a vegan slice. So I'd it was a pepperoni slice that had fake meat on it and vegan cheese. Yeah. Fake meat, great. Crust, great. Vegan cheese, I hate.
I don't think there is such a thing as good vegan cheese. It just does not exist.
No, it was crap.
Yeah, but I did enjoy the pizzas I had.
I really enjoyed, and the second time we went, where I just had a plain cheese slice, a cheesy rider.
Yes. Yeah.
That was really freaking good.
Hit the spot.
So much so that when I was packing up, I decided to order lunch, and I ordered an Evil Pie. And it only comes in one size. I didn't actually look at the size. It came and I went, what the fuck is this? And I think it was big.
It was about the size of my desk here, which is so it would have a diameter of like 4.5 feet.
They had to angle it to get it out the car window when delivering it.
Oh, really? Fucking dark.
Yeah. There's a picture. I put my hand on the box and took a picture for scale because I was like, what the fuck is this?
And then another place we went is where the boys took us. ICS boys took us because we indulged in a Jock First Nerd Day. The whole reason why Paul was able to come to Vegas and hang out in the first place was because we gave him some sweet cash. Yeah. And they took us to Yard House. We liked Yard House. Yes. We went back again.
We did. That kind of saved us because we were because we'd really enjoyed it before. We were. There's another one on the Link, which is outside the Flamingo.
Down the Link Promenade,
yeah, and we were like, oh my god, we could go here. This place is still open.
Yeah, and Kez hadn't been because she had Tay-Tay, so she couldn't go the first time. So yes, I would go to Yard House again. Decent prices, good food, a fuck ton of beer. Except the one drink that I wanted, they didn't have. I'm gonna save. Let's save our last food place for the last story. Hey, remember the
yeah.
Oh let's save that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go back to Yard House as well.
Same. Yeah, that was. Because even the music was good. You could quite happily just sit there and watch the music videos. Yeah, I remember that. That was good fun.
Yes. We started to talk a little bit downtown with Evil Pie, so we can talk about our downtown adventures because we love Penn Jillette's book Random. So
Yeah.
we tried to follow in the footsteps of the main character, Bobby Ingersoll, and his Fremont Street adventures. We kind of realized quickly that there's been some artistic license taken from Penn, probably for like, I don't know, just to make sure there isn't like people or companies complaining. But like he says, for example, Bobby went to a Starbucks at the Golden Nugget. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah.
Was it the Golden Nugget or the Golden Coast?
Either way.
I think he said Golden Coast, and there's only one at the Golden Nugget.
Yeah, that's right. So there wasn't there isn't one at the hotel casino that he said, but there is one on the Strip, and he describes...
There isn't a Golden Coast. That's the problem.
Yeah. And he describes an ABC store being a place where you can get tchotchkes and knickknacks at 99 cents a piece. But no, that's wrong. ABC stores don't do it at 99 cents a piece. They do it... It's the other stores that do it at So he's like mixing facts probably on purpose. So it was hard for us to try and do it. But I think the letdown was at the Starbucks because I wanted to get the drink that Bobby ends up ordering on his dice roll.
So there are a couple of main things. We were like... when we decided this, we thought it was a bigger task than it actually was. So what it ended up being was us finding the Golden Coast, which doesn't exist, it's the Golden Nugget. The Starbucks there's a Starbucks there. The ABC store, which does exist but does not sell dice because that's where Bobby got
the dice.
Specific dice.
The Binion's dice.
So we had to go to another shop, Binion's dice, red Binion's dice, which we had to get another shop, and Bobby ordered a drink at Starbucks, which was a iced matcha pineapple drink. That's literally what it's called, iced matcha pineapple drink. So you guys weren't too bothered, but I thought I'm going to go in, I'm going to get it, if for no other reason than to take a picture and
have a
finish
sip.
this off. Yeah, have a sip. So I go in, and the guy's like, "Yeah, we don't do that anymore."
How dare?
And I'm like, "You can't make it at all." He's like, "No." Oh, okay. So we couldn't get it there, but so we'd taken pictures of all the other main. That was literally the only thing we were missing. Yeah. So after you guys left, I went out. I decided I was going to do a walk of the Strip, and I got to the Starbucks at TI.
Ah, yes.
And I was really thirsty. I thought, I'm going to go and ask. So I was like, I don't know if you guys can do this, but I showed them, because it comes up with the ingredients on the website, or like what you add to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it possible to make this? And she looked at it and she was like, I think we can make this. She's like, give me your phone. And she was like writing down on the cut, and it was like not a drink, like 2 scoops Coke matcha, 1 scoop, blah, blah, blah. I just got a small one because I didn't know what it would be like. But yeah, it came out, it was like bright green. And I'm not a big matcha fan. It's really good. It's really fucking good. I would have that again. I'm actually really sad that I only got the small.
Aww.
It's also where I got my...
Yep, I was thinking today I should have got one of them. Not that specific Las Vegas, a Starbucks cup, because I was drinking a hot coffee today, and I was like, it's a bit awkward to drink out of my Yeti. I could have done with one of those. Oh well, live your life. Yeah, live your life.
And I picked it up because I was like, the cube wasn't small. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't small. And we were walking past, and I was like, you know what? I've been looking at this. I'm going to get this. So at the very least, if she turns around and says, yeah, I can't make that. Yeah. I'll be like, okay, I'll get this.
Okay, cool.
And if she can make it, great, I can put it in this.
Yep.
Once I've taken pictures. So yeah, it's, for anybody who knows, it's the black tumbler that has Las Vegas at the bottom with the sort of casino symbols on it. It's really cool. And it's great because the straw stops.
Yeah, it's got a little nobule thing at the end so it can't fall out.
Yeah, this is my favourite thing. Yeah. I drink out of this all the time.
Posted all the photos that we took on social media.
Yeah. So when I finally got that photo, I thought, right, we have the whole thing. Because I was like, I'm not going to post it without that. We hadn't posted specifically they were doing this, but when we got it, I was like, I'm going to post this and tag Penn and say we're doing this because he loves a wee promo for Random and we love and support our guys. So I put, trying to follow Bobby's Fremont trip from Pendulet's Random as closely as possible with Wayne Geo. It's not 100% spot on, it literally can't be, but it's pretty damn close. And it's a picture of us outside the Golden Nugget Starbucks, the ABC store, us holding Binion's dice, and the pineapple matcha drink.
Yeah. So you can find that at NicePodBud on social media or at 7 Billion Needles.
Yeah. And Penn replied saying, wow, that's great. Just great. Yeah. I'm so flattered.
And you know that it's, Penn is serious when he says great multiple times.
When he goes, wow.
That's great. Just
Yeah,
great.
when it says wow and full stop,
Yeah.
then you're like, yeah, he really means it.
Look, we've got enough content to enter into another episode, so I think maybe we'll just finish it up with our last dining experience that we were really looking forward to. Hey,
Yeah.
we went to Super Frico. Like, of course, we were thinking we want to try the tableside Monstrel, but we decided we couldn't do it because it was too much cheese. There's only 3 of us. The accoutrement would hardly get touched and eaten by us, so we were just going to order our own thing.
I really wanted. The problem was because there was 3 of us, and you guys don't really eat a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I really wanted it, but I knew I wouldn't be able to eat it all and have other food.
Yeah.
And I wanted other food as well. I didn't just
Exactly.
want the cheese.
Yeah.
So, but we went there after. It must have been after Austin.
I can't remember.
Yes, it was definitely after Austin because Kez made the booking.
Yep.
And when she was doing it, there's an option that says special occasion.
Yeah. So we put in there, well, it's Brogan's birthday. So, yep, birthday, first time. And it does say any dietary requirements. I was like, oh, yeah, one of the guests vegetarian. So I'm like, cool, they're asking all the right questions before we even get there. Now, I don't remember, but I was in a bit of a mood already for some reason. I don't recall, but
I don't think you were feeling well.
there's something that had put me into a bit of a foul mood. But we get to Super Frico, and it's an awesome looking place. It's psychedelic, and we walk in, and I'm starting to feel a bit better. The hostess at the front has welcomed us and said that happy birthday to you, even, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. We get seated. We see the portrait of Mr. Piffles pointed out. It's like, oh, we have to get a photo of that. And and we sit down, and our server comes. And it's like, hello, my name is... I forget his name. Do you recall his name?
I can't
Doesn't
remember.
matter. Irrelevant.
It'll come back to me.
Yeah, we're not putting him on blast anyway. First question: have you got any shows to go to? Are you in a rush at all? And we're like, no, we're fine. So, oh, great, you can take your time. It's all good. Like, awesome. And straight away, I think he's like, would you like to order some drinks? And it's like, well, we've just sat down. Let's take a look at the menu first and see what we want to drink. And he goes away, comes back, we order our drinks, and then about a minute later, like, there was only one drink on the menu that I actually wanted. And he comes back and he says, yeah, I've just been informed by the bartender that that's the only drink we don't have. So this has gotten me back into my mood. I'm like, okay, let me take another look at the menu then. So I'm looking at the menu, and nothing I want. It's like, you know what? Just don't worry about it, basically, is what I said. I won't have a drink. It's fine. Now, did we order all our food at one time? Is that what it was? No, I think we ordered starters first. We were like, we couldn't have the tableside Monstrel, so we got the big fried mozzarella. Now,
No, we ordered that at the same time because it was supposed to be, for us, a side. And that was a problem.
to come all at the same time? Was that the idea?
Yeah.
No, that's definitely not what it was, because we had ordered our food, and they bring out this big, it's basically a giant cheese stick that we were all sharing. Now, we had gotten one bite into it, and our server comes over, it's like, are you ready for your mains? And like, how about we just eat this first, the starter? And he's like, oh, okay, and like fucks off. And he just, it's like, keep on coming back, bothering us. Is it all good? Is everything okay? Like, fine, that's what a server does. But it's like, you've just said that there is no rush here. Take your time. Happy to do that. And it's like, he's trying to force us through everything. Like, we haven't even had the starter, and he wants to bring out our mains. And then when we're eating our mains, he like constantly wants to take them away from me. And it's like, are you finished? Like, no, look how much food is still on my plate.
Yeah.
And I was not happy at all, even at the stage when the acts, because they have acts that perform while you're eating, and they're strolling the dining room. I was at a point where I was like, I wasn't even looking at the acts, and there was one where they were dressed up as a duck or something. I was like, if they come over here, I'm going to tell them I've got a phobia of ducks and to fuck off.
Yeah. It was a penguin.
Penguin, that's what it was.
You were so fucking pissed. You were like, we probably could have cracked an egg on your head and boiled it because you were so angry. But just in general.
There was definitely more than this going on. But this is just all I can remember is him trying to rush us, fucking us around. And then we're noticing that all these other tables, they're getting like little birthday cakes with candles coming out and sung happy birthday and whatnot. And we've ordered dessert at this time, and nothing has happened for Brogan, even though it's Brogan's birthday. And they're aware of this. And Kez is like, I'm going to have to say something. So,
and as well, so at the point, so we know that the front desk know about the fact that it's my birthday and dietary, but he also did ask us, is there any dietary requirements when we sat down at the table? And we're like, okay, that's weird. We put that on the thing.
Yeah.
So we're like, something's up.
Yeah. But Kez says something to the server. It's like, hey, look, I just want to say something because. But
before you, I need to tell you exactly how this went because I do remember this. So we'd had dessert, we finished it, and nothing's happened. So we're like, what the fuck is going on? You guys ordered dessert. Kez did not like her dessert.
Oh, yes.
I don't think you did it either.
No.
You weren't keen on it. So is everything okay? And Kez goes, well, actually, no, I didn't like it.
Actually, no. This is disgusting, sir.
Pretty much. She was like, actually, no, I really didn't like it. I just wasn't what I expected.
It was not made correctly. It was not good, whatever it was. No. It's not how it should have been.
No. And he was like, he was really taken aback. Like, like he did not expect. So it was like he was used to people saying, yeah, no, it's good.
Yep.
And then Kev's like, also, it's my friend's birthday and nothing's been done about it.
It's like, so we're noticing all these other tables are having them celebrated.
Yeah. Yeah, and we put that on the booking just to make you aware. And he's like, oh, well, now I know. You should have said, now I know I can do something about it. He was really standoffish about it.
He's like, whoa, I was not told about this. The front desk did not tell me about your birthday. And Kez is like, well, we noted it down on the booking because you got that little section for that. So we did that. It's like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? With that fucking attitude.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's like, well, what the fuck would you do in this situation? What has been happening at every other fucking table?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'll get it sorted. I'll bring out a candle. And he's gone off and we're laughing about this thinking he's just going to bring out a candle. That would be hilarious if that's the case.
Yeah. Bear in mind, we've had dessert. I don't want any more food. No. At this point, it's just about the principle. I don't give a shit.
It's about letting them know that we're not happy. And throughout the whole night, I was making it wasn't serious, but I was saying, like, yep, there's a % off the tip. There's another % off the tip. There's another % off the tip. And that was the whole night. But we were also joking, how funny would it be if he comes out with the cake while Brogan has gone to the restroom?
Yeah, like, what if he does? And then we sat there for, like it was a long time.
It was not a short amount of time.
It was Jimmy Slonina standing on stage with no music amount of time.
Yep.
It was like a solid 5 minutes. And then I was like, I really have to go to the bathroom. So I do. And as I get in the bathroom, my phone buzzes and it's you texting me a picture. And he fucking brought it out while I was there.
He brings it out. Me and Kez just burst out laughing because this is hilarious. This is the perfect moment. And the guy's like, "Oh, they're not here." It's like, "Yeah, they've just gone to the restroom." "Oh, I can go back out and come back with it." It's like, "No, sir, you will fucking put that on the table because this is funny as fuck. This is the only good thing that has happened tonight." I say that the food was great, most of it. Service was the problem. So you will leave this here, sir. And you were still, I guess, doing your business is the only way to describe it. And the candle
is just trying to pee and not laugh.
Yeah, the candle is just burning down. It's like, I can come back and relight the candle. It's like, no, you will let this happen. But not just that, the dessert wasn't a cake. The dessert was the only vegan option on the menu because now he's aware of all the fucking booking requirements and requests. Like, now you look at that as...
Yeah, now you go back and check. Like, but... So you text me the picture of it. I'm like, oh my God. And I was like... I said something along the lines of, did he bring that to no one?
Yes.
Essentially, I remember asking you, did he sing Happy Birthday to no one?
Oh, no, there was no singing.
And you said, I'll tell you when you get back.
Yeah.
And I said, is he still there?
He's just waiting for you outside the restroom to surprise you with a dessert.
I think he'd gone, and then he came back to talk to you guys, and he was there when I got back out.
Yeah.
And then, absolute pièce de résistance, it's this gelato ice cream, whatever thing it is. I blow out the candle. I don't even want it. I try it. And there's no fucking spoons!
No silverware to eat the fucking dessert!
No silverware. And so Kes is eating it. Kes is like, I'm eating it with a knife.
No, I was the one eating it with the knife.
You have it with the knife.
I actually quite liked it.
I took a video of it.
It was nice.
You quite liked it.
I enjoyed it. I ate most of it.
I'm glad that somebody enjoyed it, because like I say, for me it was just the principal. But it was another server entirely who went,
busser.
"Oh my god, you don't have he was like, "You don't have cutlery, oh shit."
Yeah, and straight away.
And then
that's who our tip should go to.
Yeah, and then after we finished, the other guy brought out a spoon or whatever, and we're like,
dude,
honestly, mate, we're fine.
Fuck off.
Yeah, and I was 100% all for not tipping.
Oh yeah, but
purely based on the attitude he gave Kes, because that was ridiculous.
The thing is, the tips go towards all of the staff, because it's not just him. You've got the people who bring the food and the guy who gave us the spoons, and it's not fair. So, and unfortunately,
you
America
really
is
felt guilty
stupid
about it.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we'll try and post as many of these photos online of things that we've got, or at least of the birthday ice cream.
Oh my god!
Which
I'll send you the video. We'll put the video up as well, because it's too funny.
And you can find that on social media at NicePodBud. Maybe I'll update the website as well, which is nicepodbud.com. We've got probably half to one more episode worth of catch up, which we're going to record right now, and then maybe we'll finish it off with. I know we've got some cheese bag mail, so we'll see how we go. But look, you can talk to us directly on social media at 7 Billion Needles to have a chit chat with Brogan.
And you can find Wayne at Wayne Geo. Do you want to chit chat with him?
So yeah, we're trying to get back into the swing of regular episodes. Last week we only had one. This week we're going to have two at least. But it's time for me to go have some dinner before we record again. So anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
And as always, stay fresh, cheese bags.